Okay, can everybody see me and hear me? Okay, let's see here. Let me make sure this is posted everywhere. It needs to get posted. All right. Looks like we are good to go, everybody. Got one good finish, potentially. Okay, we are posted to Facebook now as well. All right. I think we're good. All right, so we got 10 minutes left in this Eagles-Cowboys game, and I think as of right now, we are pretty sizable Eagles fans. So at this point, I'm just trying to push the Cowboys down a little bit here. So that's the one thing going on in this afternoon window that matters. Be calm, see clearly. Thank you for the $2. I don't want to talk about it at all, SMH. And nobody does. No one does. Okay. So I'm doing this a little earlier than I usually do it. I usually do it during the Sunday night game, but since the game was played in the morning, let's just do it now. So we're coming in close to about 100 people in here. I don't know how many people we're going to get to show up because I think I'm this wasn't my intention, but I am streaming at the same time as the Hawks Nest and Rob, I think. Let me check and see about that, which I didn't want to do, but sometimes it just happens. No, he hasn't started yet. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start getting into it. Let's just start opening it up. The Seahawks were really bad today. They sucked on all sides of the ball. I think I can count on one hand the number of players who actually played good in this game for the Seahawks. Offensively, it was about as bad as it's ever been with Waldron. And that is, there have been a couple bad games, but we never got out of that early game funk. Like, we are no strangers to early game funks in Seattle. This goes back to Bevel. This goes back to Schottenheimer, but we never snapped out of it. And most of the time, we eventually at some point do at least somewhat. So I look at that and I go, this offense, try to find, give me one player on this offense who played well. Maybe Tyler Lockett. You week 2K, why are you only here after we lose? Jeez. Fake fans, my God. Anyway, yeah, Lockett played okay, I guess. That's about it. I guess. Maybe Phil Haynes. I'm reaching a little bit here. Maybe Phil Haynes. So the offense, like Waldron, Called an awful game. He had nothing for the blitz. Awful play calling. Yeah, I guess DK was okay. Like it's not on him anyway. Nothing's his fault. Yeah, I can't say he played well, but he's not the problem. I think that the offensive line was atrocious. Like, man, the offensive line completely outplayed. We look completely confused against the blitz. Basically, every time Baltimore blitzed, we got destroyed. Every time Baltimore blitzed, we had no answer for it. Geno missed some throws. Geno looked a little bit shook. The running game couldn't run the ball at all. I put most of that on the offensive line. I can't put you week 2K, go burn your Seahawks stuff and go be a Wilson fan, be a Broncos fan. Like I know you want to be. Come on, dude. You come in here to just irritate people every time you lose, and then you're nowhere to be found when things are going good. Like just beat it already. Just get out of this fan base. My God. Pathetic. Bert Chu, thank you for the $9.99. Geno's been trending down the past several games. Is it getting close to that time to see what Drew can do? Yeah, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't take the Drew Lock stuff seriously at all. Thank you for the super chat. If you guys think that Drew Lock is going to fix something here, like if we had like Will Levis as our backup quarterback, that'd be one thing, right? Then they'd be like, okay, we got some young guy here with a little bit of potential. Okay, like we got a rookie, unknown. Maybe he's the future. We haven't seen anything yet. It'd be one thing if we had someone like Will Levis as our backup, but Drew Lock, what the heck? I don't understand that at all. I got to be honest. Like the Drew Lock stuff to me is just to me, Drew Lock is basically saying, I want the team to just tank and lose every game. Like, so I'm not really getting into that. I think that's goofy. Like, if we put Drew Lock in, I pretty much guarantee you that most of the people who are calling for Drew Lock right now would last about 3 quarters. And then they'd say, put Geno back in. Because Drew Lock would do something stupid. He'd make a bad read. He'd throw an interception. Like, I'm sorry. I don't see. Hold on, Y2K. Let me look. Yeah, I don't see nothing. I see 2 from Be Calm, See Clearly, and Bert. I don't see anything from you. I'm sorry, dude. Just send it as a normal chat, and I'll see it. Or they'd be calling for Holton Ahlers or Allers or whatever his name is. The point I'm trying to make, they just want something that isn't what we currently have. That's all there is to it. They want someone. Oh, WTF just happened was your super chat. Okay. Well, I think that kind of speaks for itself, unfortunately. But point is, to me, that's just like, oh, well, I just want things to be different. And it doesn't really matter what it is. If it's not perfect, I'm going to want it to be different. So I got to be honest. The Drew Lock stuff to me is very, very like reactionary, just saying, I want something a little bit different. And when that comes in and it's not really any better, and probably worse, by the way, if we're being honest, probably worse. It's Drew Lock, guys. He flunked out of Denver for a reason. Geno, whatever little you think of Geno right now, there's no way Lock is going to be some significant upgrade. Then you're going to be calling for something else. And none of it's going to be that good. Like the guys who are significantly better would be guys like Will Levis, right? That's a guy who has some potential. That's a guy who you have good reason to believe could be better than what we have. Okay, so anyway, I already talked about the offense. The offense was god awful. Defense was really bad too. A little bit better, I guess. Like the defense was really bad against the run in particular. Couldn't stop the run at all. No pass rush on Lamar. I guess the pass defense as a whole was okay. Lamar only had like 212 yards on 33 attempts or something like that. So that's not bad. There's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't matter when your run defense is giving up 300 yards. So the defense was awful. Mafe was good. I guess Jamal Adams was good. All right. I'm done with you, Week 2K. He's been a little asshole ever since the Wilson trade. Whiny little baby. Just go burn all your Seahawks stuff, dude. I'm serious. Just go be a Wilson fan. We know that's what you want. Like, my God. Fucking loser, man. Absolute loser. Oh, yeah. Trey Brown played good. Okay, that's a good one, too. Everything awful. Everything bad. Leonard Williams played okay, I guess. DJ got hurt. Yeah, Reek was bad. Reek was pretty bad. I don't know what's up with Reek this year. I don't know what's up with Reek. That's really all there is to say. I don't know where else to go with this one. Oh, he didn't get it. Drew Lock didn't get the 2-point conversion. He stepped out. I think Bobo was out there. He just never got targeted. Yeah. Shout out CJ Stroud, by the way. See, that's kind of the thing with Geno, right? Like Geno's situation isn't very, very good, but neither is CJ Stroud's, right? CJ Stroud's situation isn't that good. And he's doing this. So it's not just that. But anyway. No. What the heck is going on? Why can't I see anybody's super chat? Oh, wait. No, here we go. I see it. Derpy Squid, thank you for the $5. The Ravens, I'm biased, are the best team in the league. Same thing happened to Lions, and they're fine. We'll bounce back. Plenty more to come. Well, how good are the Lions? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out here. So, yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we learned some today. We're frauds. We are frauds. It's going to be a while before. It's going to be a little while before they can do anything to prove otherwise. Is Jonah Jaffe, thank you for the $1.99. Is Waldron or Geno more to blame in your opinion? It's not even close. It's Waldron. I am so disappointed in Waldron. I'm really shocked. He was great last year. We didn't even have great players last year. We had a probably below average offensive line. We had a journeyman quarterback. We had shallow receivers. Running backs were whatever. And the results were great. The results this year are worse, even though we objectively have better players. We have the same quarterback. We have better running backs. We have better receivers. We have the same tight ends. We have a better offensive line. Although Damian Lewis has regressed, admittedly, which someone figure that out. And it's worse. The Lions play caller is held in higher regard than Waldron, and he couldn't figure out this defense either. They disguise their coverages so well and make adjustments right before the ball is snapped. That is true. Don't get me wrong. A lot of what happened out there today was because the Ravens are great. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't doubt that for 1 second. The Ravens are a great team. But that doesn't mean that it's okay to have no counter to the blitzes. That's the thing that really gets me today. Every time the Ravens blitz, Geno may as well have taken a knee because the play just gets destroyed. Brendan, give me your take on this. I think we have too many weapons. It's hard for Geno and Waldron to know who to use, and they just have too many options. It's like decided food on a large versus small menu. I've talked about that a little bit before. In a weird way, maybe so. Like, we draft JSN, so we have to use 3 receivers, but our best lineup is still with 2 tight ends and 3 tight ends. So maybe that's part of it, but you got to try to keep your job. Like, I don't know. It blows my mind. I know, like early in the season, the offensive line was super injured, right? The offensive line was really banged up. And it made sense that the offense was having problems. The offense is worse now, and we have 80% of our starting line. We have everybody back except Lucas. Maybe Dave Canales is missed, Eliza. That's a good one. That's a good point. JSN, by the way, I know he had a good game statistically. That drop on the first drive is not okay. It might, I mean, that's a different game if he catches that pass. Maybe it's only a slightly different game, but I don't need him to catch a bunch of passes in garbage time for him to drop the one on the first drive. That gets on my nerves because he never dropped passes at Ohio State, and he's dropped many already here. Yeah, Forsyth was okay, I guess. I wasn't that impressed, but we got to stop the Peters thing. The Jason Peters thing, I'm sorry, not good. No, I'm definitely not going till the end of Sunday Night Football. My plan is to go until the start of Sunday Night Football. Jonah Jaffe, thank you for the $4.99. Even if Drew is overall worst QB, would he at least give our playmakers a better chance at making plays down the field? We're not explosive anymore. Okay, that would immediately be offset by the extra turnovers. And by the way, most of the people who want to bench Geno want to bench Geno because of the turnovers. Drew Lock is going to turn it over more than Geno. I promise you that. Drew Lock he is a guy, even at his best, he's going to have dumb turnovers. Why do you think he never gets to play? That's who he is. What are your thoughts on tanking to get a high? We're not tanking. Even if we were a terrible team, we're not tanking. We already have 5 wins. We're not tanking. Also, what offensive coaching tree do you think is the best in general to hire from to be our offensive coordinator? Well, we're not firing Waldron midseason. We're not firing Waldron midseason. If we do that, that's something we would do at the end of the season. So there's no sense in talking about that too much right now because for all we know, Waldron gets it together. But to answer that question more specifically, maybe somebody like, I do like that Shanahan coaching tree, although we've actually seen it's better for defense than offense sometimes. Jonah Jaffe, thank you for the $1.99. Can it be worse than we were today, though? Maybe not today. But why is today, like, you think Drew Lock beats the Browns last week? I mean, do you think Drew Lock beats the Lions in week 2? I'm a big Will Levis fan, David Adams. I'm a big Will Levis guy. I think he's going to be great. Dak going deep into double coverage. My main issue with Geno is honestly the balls come out of his hand funny when he throws to DK, and it's like he throws it in the dirt sometimes. Like he was the most accurate quarterback in the NFL last year, and now the ball's just coming out of his hands funny. Yeah, to me, the Drew Lock stuff is basically whenever I get so many comments these days. Somebody, we should put Drew Lock in. We should put Drew Lock in. To me, it's just code for I have no understanding of football, or it's just I want to tank. I want to lose. Like again, if we had like Will Levis backing up Geno, that'd be one thing. It's somebody like that, or even a Jacoby Brissett maybe, but not Drew Lock. Yeah, Washi, just see what happens is not a very good strategy. I just want to try something different. Well, at least you admit it. See, that's the thing. Like, at least you can admit that you don't care if it's worse. You just want it to be different. And then in 3 quarters, you're going to want it to be something else different. You're going to say put in Holton Ahlers or pull Matt Hasselbeck out of retirement. Would Locke really do worse than 6 INTs in the last 4 games? He's Drew Lock, very possible. And you guys get way too caught up in touchdowns and interceptions. Like if Geno leads us down the field, gets us to the 3-yard line, and then K9 pounds it in from the 3-yard line, does Geno not get any credit for that? I don't understand that. We have way better stats than touchdown to interception rate. That's why PFF took off. Well, Levis was gone when we took Hall. Remember, Levis was 32 or 33, and Hall was 37. Could you see benching Geno just for 1 game to clear his head? Pete's not going to do that. That was a Holmgren thing. Holmgren would do stuff like that. I remember there were games where he would bench Hasselbeck because he's like, I need you to get your head straight. But Pete's not going to do that. And I don't even really think that's really going to do anything. Like, I still don't see it. Like, he played fine against the Browns. Like, just to talk about last week, Geno did his thing against the Browns. Well, Levis has only played in 2 games, so 1 good game is actually meaningful. We just want to change. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Our backup quarterback could be Nathan Peterman, and people would still be screaming for him because it doesn't matter who it is. Michael Dixon could be our backup quarterback. Or, I mean, hell, it could even be something like it could even be like DJ Dallas could be our backup quarterback, and people would still be screaming for him because they just want something that isn't what they have. And again, you see what we have for 3 quarters, you're going to call for something else. Drew Lock will throw a couple interceptions, and then it'll be like, oh, put in Holton. And then Holton goes in, and you see he can't throw the ball past 12 yards. And it'll be, okay, go sign Brett Favre. Is Pete interfering with Waldron's playbook? I wouldn't think so, but it's possible. What do you think of signing Matt Ryan? See, this is exactly what I'm saying. Matt Ryan, I think he might be able to throw the ball 8 yards. All right, well, the Raiders won. That game's over. Okay, there's 1 game still on, so I think I got to turn it. Hold on. Red Zone likes to do this. I think the Cowboys are toast. Hold on. My Roomba's freaking out. No, shut up. No! Yeah, Matt Ryan's, that's funny. Jameis Winston. Like, again, if we had an intriguing rookie quarterback like a Will Levis, that'd be one thing. I still would say the goal should be to win now. Like, we should not be looking to tank games. It's too late for that. We're already 5-3. We've won too many games. If the Seahawks lose every game the rest of this season, we still wouldn't get Caleb or Drake May. We still have too many wins. So it's too late to tank. I understand we're trying to get JSN involved, but we should go back to what works. I mean, I don't know if anything we did in that game could have changed the outcome. Well, Cowboys going to set up a makeable 4th down. Yeah, we traded for Leonard Williams too, so we don't even have our 2nd-round pick, so we got to go for it. Like, it's too late to even consider something like that. That's the problem the Broncos are having. They can't tank because they gave up their 2nd-round pick to get Sean Payton. So while they could tank for, like, Caleb, they're also like, that other 2nd-round pick, which is basically a 1st-round pick, we don't have. Yeah, we have a 1st-round pick, Jason. What are you talking about? We got our 1st. Yeah, Leonard Williams played fine. I got nothing against Leonard. If there's a couple guys on this defense to shout out positively, it would be Mafe, Leonard Williams, maybe Mario Edwards, Jamal Adams. Maybe a couple more guys, but off the top of my head, there are a couple guys on the defense I'm okay with. And I understand the defense was being put in bad situations. I do. But they gave up 300 yards. Yes, just start Geno until he figures it out. That's all you can do, Sloby One. There's no other solution here. Unless you genuinely think Drew Lock would be a great quarterback. If anybody in this chat wants to say, I'm confident that Drew Lock would go in and be like a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, then I don't think there's anything to talk about. I think it's goofy. Even if we like as much as I hate Jimmy Garoppolo, even if we had a backup like Jimmy Garoppolo, I would kind of get it because he's had success in this league before. Okay, 4th and 8. Cowboys are going to hold that L. Well, they have 3 timeouts. Kirk just tore his Achilles. He might not be ready for week 1, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't feel like Woolen's playing terrible, but it seems like he's always just a little bit out of position this year. Something's not right. Kirk is going to be even less mobile next year. Yeah, that too. If he plays, right? It's a torn Achilles. It's not even an ACL. He might not be able to play. He might, but I don't think it's a sure thing. You think Shane is going to be on hot seat soon? Well, I don't think we're going to fire him mid-season. Coordinators don't get fired mid-season in Seattle very often, I don't think. Not under this regime. I think that if we decide to move off of Waldron, it would be in the offseason. So, excuse me. The good news is we're going to have the next 10 games to figure out if he can fix this or not. This fan base hasn't went through a really bad team in a while. These bench Geno comments come from really spoiled Seahawks fans. I agree. I agree. Would it be possible to get our 2nd rounder back in the offseason? I mean, I guess it would be possible. I don't know what you would do to get it. After we caused the fumble on Odell, I was actually thinking that if we score, it'll be 14-10 before halftime. That didn't work. Yeah, it should have been too. Offensive line got nuked on that drive. And no, wait, it was the previous drive where Geno missed Metcalf in the end zone, where the ball just kind of didn't get there. Trade Geno for a second. If Geno plays well enough to where we could trade him for a second, we'd want to keep him. Why should we waste time with Geno? He's just a placeholder because we're 5-3. Blows my mind, these takes sometimes, man. You guys do understand it's not like we're 2-7 like the Giants or something. You guys do understand that if the season ended today, we'd be in the playoffs. Like, some of you guys panic about stuff for no reason. Second and 8. Haley, what's your deal? Oh. Guys, what time is it? Oh, right. I didn't change that clock yet. Well, we're not, Tariq Island. It's too late to find out what you have. Teams that find out what you have are terrible teams that have nothing to play for. I'm not going to show her. She's being bad right now. I gave her a ton of attention earlier, and now she's being a pain. What's your deal? 3rd and 7. He's downstairs. I'm not downstairs right now. I mean, I know it's in the nature of a fan to overreact to every little thing that happens, positive or negative, but I'm trying to I'm trying to be part of a thing here where we don't do that. Oh my God. Did the Cowboys get that? Eagles kept it? Okay. Like, I'm trying to help this fan base from week to week not overreact to every little thing because it's in the nature of a fan to overreact. Did DeAndre Swift just get concussed by his own guy? Yeah, I think we want the Eagles to win. Yeah, there are plenty of negative people out there. There's like, there are some Seahawks YouTubers out there who are just going to completely hit the panic button after every little thing. I mean, I expected to lose. I mean, there are definitely people out there you can find that are way more negative than me. You can find people who are way more positive than me. I get so many people every week who get so mad at me because I'm too negative or something. It's like, I don't get it. Hold on. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, week 1 versus this losing this game is not bad. Losing this game like this is pretty bad. But losing this game in general is not bad. Losing like that, I mean, look, if we win next week and we win the next week, I don't think people are going to suddenly be like, oh, we're fine. Everything's cool now. We're good. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot for Seahawks fans to feel like, oh, we're back now. It's going to take several really good weeks. The Ravens are incredibly well balanced and did Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How do you not turn around and look at the ball? Thank you, Lemieux. Yeah, Mafe was the only guy on defense who stood out with a good game. I guess Leonard Williams, there were other guys who were fine, like Adams, Leonard, but Mafe was the best. Wow. If the Eagles actually blow this game, by the way, can we now definitively say that Sean Desai sucks? I guess. I thought maybe it was because of Pete Carroll, but he has taken this Eagles defense that is super talented and turned them into just a below average defense. And Stout, thank you for the $1.99. What has happened to Tariq Woolen this year? Maybe the offseason surgery affected him because it seems like he's not cutting the way he used to. He's not moving as quickly as he did. Hold on. I got to deal with this. Oh, it's raining. Hey, Luna, come here. Come here. Good girl. I didn't realize it was raining here. But yeah, that's what I would say. Like maybe that offseason surgery affected him, but I don't know. I'm just not impressed. I talk about this sometimes. There are some coaches who do much better when they have no expectations, right? There are some coaches like I think Carroll's one of them. I think Pete Carroll does better when there are no expectations and he doesn't have great players and great talent. Right? Maybe Shane Waldron's like that. He gets better players this year and he's producing worse results. That's the only I kind of feel like there's something like that going on here. What's the main problem with the offensive line? I thought Damian Lewis sucked today. I don't know what Damian Lewis is doing, but he's trying really hard to not get paid this offseason. Wow. The Eagles are literally giving it away. They just gave up like 13 free yards on 1st and 10 from the 25. I'm not sure, Washi. Yeah, Sean Desai, I guess he's just bad. I thought maybe he was being held hostage by Carroll, but I guess Desai is just bad. Did Jalen Carter jump? Oh, yeah. Speaking of Jalen Carter, you know who didn't play very good today was Devin Witherspoon. So I'm probably going to hear it in the comments all week about Jalen Carter, Jalen Carter, Jalen Carter. That's how this usually goes. What did Witherspoon do? Oh, he didn't do anything. That's the point. Yeah, I didn't notice Witherspoon being bad. I'm just saying that I didn't notice him do anything really good. My goodness, if the Eagles actually punt this, what a joke. Dak is going to QB draw it. Oh, he messed up. Oh, flag. Another. Oh, false start. Okay. That's actually a good penalty then. Yeah, Spoon did miss some tackles, I guess. But cornerbacks are going to miss tackles in the NFL. I mean, honestly, the pass defense was good today. If we're being real, the pass defense was pretty good. Lamar dropped back like 34 times and threw for 216 yards net. That's good. I can't be mad about that. It's the run defense that completely wipes that out. I mean, Woolen's just probably never going to be a very good tackler, if we're being honest. Wow. How can you take that sack? That probably just cost them the game. By the way, most of you guys in the chat are ahead of me, so I don't know what's happened on the last play of Cowboys-Eagles yet. I don't even think we got to 50, TJ. I'm assuming the Eagles won, but I'm not sure yet. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why it's hard for me to get that mad at Geno. Dak Prescott is making way more money than Geno for him to do stuff like this. Like, I look around the league, I look around the NFL, and I see all these quarterbacks who make way more money than Geno do just as much stupid stuff. That's why it's really hard for me to get that mad at Geno. Like, I'm not seeing this quarterback that people seem to think exists that always makes the right play. Penix is not going number 1 overall. Caleb is basically guaranteed to go number 1 overall. And he deserves it, by the way. Caleb is an incredible prospect. Well, Cowboys punted it. Let's go. They probably should have won that game when they were at the 7-yard line. They actually caught it short of the goal line. They ran a route short of the goal line. That's hysterical. Can we get Penix? I feel like Penix is going to go too high. I think Penix is going to go top 15 because he's having such a good season. I don't think he should, but I think he will. Nix. I'm not a big fan of Nix either. I don't think he's going to be accurate enough in the NFL. Realistic quarterback prospects, Quinn Ewers, Cam Ward, Joe Milton, Riley Leonard. Those are the guys who stand out to me. I'm starting to like Jordan Travis, by the way. I like Jordan Travis. All right. Yeah, Brooks came back in the game. Brooks is okay. The only injuries that came out of this game that really matter are DJ Dallas and one more guy. Derek Hall. Bo Nix is like Taysom Hill. I'm not impressed. Yeah, look at all this stuff. Yeah, let's get Jalen Hurts. Let's pay Jalen Hurts twice as much to do just as much stupid stuff. Like, Jalen Hurts basically plays with a roster full of nothing but Pro Bowlers. And he is turning the ball over more than Geno this year, I think. That's the thing that gets me. These people who are so against Geno, like, what do you want? Like, what is it that you want? Like, Joe Burrow? There's only one of those. Okay, I don't know why she's being like this. And what really gets me is the people who will, in the exact same comment, post bench Geno and fire Waldron. If you're going to blame one guy for the struggles of the offense, which is a relative term, by the way, our offense is still slightly above average in scoring. How are you then going to say, oh, it's this other guy too? I don't understand it. Blows my mind. We can't have one offseason. We can't have one moment with Seahawks football that doesn't have some wildly contentious element to it. Like, I remember fighting with the Russell Wilson fanboys a couple years ago. People just couldn't get over it. Most of those guys, by the way, just never come around anymore. I wonder why. And now we're doing it with Geno Smith. And when Geno Smith is gone, I'm sure it'll be somebody else. We can never just have a normal season. Okay. Well, the Sunday night game's good. I feel like fans forget how young of a team we are and are still being playoff contenders. Everyone expects us to be a tanking team. I think we are one more good draft away from a good future. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fine. I don't think anything makes this game okay, though. I don't think losing 37-3 is ever okay, unless it's one of those things where the other team has like 3 defensive touchdowns or something, you know? Like, if that's going on, then okay, sometimes weird stuff just happens. What's your deal? What's your deal? Peters needs to not play anymore until somebody gets hurt. Like, Forsyth is playing well enough to where we can stick with him and not have it be terrible. Good girl. Good baby. Thank you, Paul. What do you want? She definitely doesn't have to pee. She definitely does. That's definitely not what's going on here. You know, I almost never say this, but on the 3rd and 21 where Geno got strip sacked, we should have just run a give-up play, right? We should have just run it up the middle. What is your deal? Let me think here. Hold on, guys. I'm thinking. Everyone. Okay, hold on. I gotta go get something. Ugh. Well, I'm sure she does want food, but it's not time for her to eat yet. She'll eat when it's her turn. Oh, not even close, Nolan. Week 1 was way worse. That Rams team is bad. Losing to the Ravens is not even that big of a deal. I'm not even upset. About losing, but something's not right. Something smells. I don't know. Yeah, John, I kind of agree. I agree, John. I know what you mean. Geno's just kind of become the scapegoat for everything. And I mean, it's certainly not the first time that's happened before. But it's this is fans overreact to things. They really do. Fans overreact to things. They lose perspective. They really do. Like, think about how high we were on Waldron a month ago, right? We put up 37 points on the Lions, 37 points on the Panthers with no offensive line. Like, the whole offensive line was just destroyed by injury. Think about how we felt then, how high we were on Waldron. Waldron. And now here we are. How high people were on Geno after that Panthers game. Yeah, the Eagles won. I don't care. Well, yeah, I don't know why Disley never gets the ball anymore either. That's really weird. I know we like Disley. I know Pete loves Disley, and Disley was pretty good last year, and he's still a really good blocker. And not only does he not get targeted, it feels like he's not on the field that much. I kind of feel like he's hurt, and they're not telling us. Nate, that's very amateurish. That's a very amateurish way of trying to evaluate things. Is their offensive line? I mean, today our offensive line was atrocious, so I'm sure the Cardinals was better than that. But yeah, that's true, David. Even last week, people were. This is kind of what I'm saying. I mean, I understand that it's the NFL and every game matters. It's not like baseball. Like baseball, you really can't overreact after one game because there are 162 of them. Well, we are actually doing better on the screens. Like we ran good screens against the Browns. We did. Lax coach, that is indeed a very hot take. I'm not even going to touch it. It's so hot. Yeah, Lamar didn't do that much in this game. He just managed the game effectively. Their running backs ran all over us. There's Sloby one. There's no way this loss is good. You can't lose this bad and have it be good. Like you could have lost a normal game and you could have learned just as much and still actually had a little bit of your dignity. I don't really want to draft Penix. I'm not super high on Penix. I'm not that high on Penix in the NFL. In any NFL offense, he's going to get hit way more than he gets hit in college. And when he gets hit, he gets hurt. Like the reason why it works so well in Washington is he never gets hurt. What do you think about Bryce Young in the Panthers situation? Well, I wasn't a fan of his. Luna's like 2 and a little bit, 2 and a couple months. Haley, what are you so impatient about? You're going to eat in a minute. Yeah, see, the Bobo stuff to me is like kind of an extension of the stuff I'm talking about with Geno. It's like you just want things to be different. You don't even care if it makes any sense. You don't care if it's better. You just like, I don't like this, so I want to destroy it and do something different. Like, say whatever you want to say about DK. There are very few receivers out there who are better at drawing double teams. Very few. You lose DK, you lose that. English cream retriever. Man. That's disappointing. I mean, I don't mind talking about drafting quarterbacks because I do think we will draft a quarterback, and I want to draft a quarterback. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is the people who seem to think that the move is to bench Geno for Drew Lock. Like that's going to make anything better. Did Stanford beat Wazoo? Jeez. Jesus. Oh. Are they even going to make a bowl game now? Is Wazoo going to not make a bowl game after starting 5-0 or whatever? What happened to Daniel Jones? Did they say? I mean, Carmine, I'm going. ACL? So it's confirmed he tore his ACL and is out for the year. Yeah, Arizona's a good team. Arizona is a good team at this point. I don't think there's anything else that need to be said. I watched most of that UCLA game. That's a good team. I mean, it's just one of those things where you need to have a counter to what the defense is doing. And we were completely unprepared for it today, it looked like to me. We were completely unprepared for what the Baltimore defense was going to do to us. And look, the same exact thing happened to Detroit a couple weeks ago. I understand that. That doesn't make it okay. That doesn't mean it doesn't suck. Man, what the heck is Tua doing? Guys, I tried to watch the game this morning and I fell asleep. The Miami-Kansas City game. I just saw Tua whiff on that game-time touchdown pass with a minute left. Did the ball slip out of his hand? I wonder if Geno's knee is still messed up or something. And they don't want him on the move because he can't move so well because of the knee. I don't know. There were a couple plays where he scrambled today where it looked okay, right? Maybe the knee injury is still bugging Geno a little bit to where he can't move the way he needs to move. I don't know. It's weird. But if that's the case, then you got to find something else to do. Yeah, exactly, Phoenix. That's what I'm saying. It's like the Drew Lock stuff is really weird. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that, by the way. Geno holds onto the ball way too long, though. I'm going to need to see some stats to back that up. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, people say that, but to me, it's kind of like when people say Geno's been terrible in every game this year except for the Lions. Like, they just say it even though it's not true, because they hope if they keep saying it, people will eventually start to believe that it's true because they keep saying it. Hold on, I gotta let him out. What's going on out there? If the Seahawks drafted Caleb, he would be fine coming here, I think. But we're not drafting Caleb. So we've won way too many games to even talk about that. Like Caleb, Drake May, we've won too many games already. Do better. Like come up with something that can actually happen. Talking about Caleb Williams, you may as well say we should trade for Patrick Mahomes. Both things have basically the same odds of happening. And I love Caleb. I think Caleb's incredible. I think he's one of the best QB prospects of all time. Like literally top 5. Yeah, Giants probably going to end up going 2-15. Remember, Tyrod Taylor's on IR too. Why do people trip so much about like touchdown numbers? I do not understand that. This is not the 1970s anymore. Okay, I got news for you guys. If Geno Smith leads the offense down the field throwing for like 60 yards and gets us to the 3-yard line, and then Ken Walker runs the ball in from the 3-yard line for the touchdown, that Geno Smith is not suddenly absolved of having done anything on that drive. There's no difference between that scenario and the scenario where he throws it into the end zone for a touchdown. Why are we not learning this? Like, I don't understand it. Like Geno's touchdowns are down because we have 7 rushing touchdowns this year from inside the 10-yard line. That's why Geno's touchdowns are down. We get the ball inside the 10, and then we usually pound it in on the ground. Common sense. Yeah, JSN made some great catches in garbage time. He sure did. What should I do for dinner, by the way? I just realized I don't have anything for dinner. I need to do something a little lighter. I've eaten pretty gluttonously the last couple of days. I need something I can get delivered. I can't go anywhere right now. No, tacos don't work. I'm too far away from the taco place. If I try to get it delivered, it's going to be gross by the time it gets here. I already did Pizza Hut a few days ago. I'm not doing it again. I might do Jimmy John's. I haven't done Jimmy John's in a while. They're not anything special. The Chinese food place near where I live, or well, kind of near where the Chinese place that I like closed down recently. It's been my go-to for a long time. And now they're just gone. I'm not going to a Seahawks game this year. I don't think so. I'm going to do Wingstop maybe tomorrow or something. I don't want to do it today. Good girl. Okay. Well. Last time I had Panda Express, there was like so much MSG. I don't know. Not for me. Do you know how to cook? Not really. All right, guys. I was gonna stream until this Sunday night game started, but I got some dogs here that are not gonna let me do that. So I'm gonna get out of here in a second. We're gonna get over this game. Give it a couple days. We're gonna move on from it. It's just one of those games you got to flush. It's just one of those games you got to say, well, hopefully they do better next time. There's not much to say. We can't sit here and say if this one play was different, we would have won, like against Cincinnati. No, this was a complete team organizational failure, and it goes back to every single element of it. But we got more games to play. Yeah, JSN had a bunch of catches in the fourth quarter when the game was over. But anyway. I got to deal with these dogs. So thanks for coming out. I know this is not a very long live stream or a good live stream. Don't get me wrong. I know I usually have the graphics up, but I can't really do anything better than this right now. So it is what it is. I don't think I'm going to have time to stream on Twitch tonight. I don't. But probably tomorrow I'm off, so I'm going to stream all day on Twitch if I can. So see you guys later. Go Hawks. Not a good day.